Hey folks, on the Susquehanna with some buddies. We're what are we doing today, man?
Fishing.
Having fun!
Right. You got a personal best recently.
Just yesterday.
What'd you tell me about it?
20 and a half, caught it on the West Branch. Yeah, it was your whole laminar flow deal.
Yep.
It was totally different than any other fish I had caught. I had an event Saturday here, ended up doing pretty good at it, and all the big fish that I caught there were not like that. Yeah, it was a 20 and a half. I don't know, like weight wise, I didn't have a scale or anything, but
you can say what you caught it on. I won't publish till after this weekend's turn.
Yeah, that jerk shad's pretty deadly.
Yeah, 7-inch scented jerk shad. I'm happy that you're making it work.
Yeah, it's pretty. When it's on, and yeah, there's no denying it. Like when they eat it. There's no like ifs, ands, or buts about it.
Very cool.
Yeah. Like big lures up here. I heard.
Big.
Swim baits and.
That's what I've got messing around with these right now.
Nice. Well, we're gonna run shuttle. We're gonna Steve, you're staying around this area, but the three of us are gonna run upstream. We're doing a B to A float trip because I don't know. We like to sneak up behind them instead of float down, and then they get a preview of okay, here they come.
Yeah, I agree.
Sneak up behind them and we're gonna run up.
That sounds great.
Go catch them. Out in space, just fan casting out here in deeper water with the crankbait. Nice to get one on my rod I just built. All right, let's see this guy. Quad hook out of your jaw, little dude, and get you back in. See ya. Deep water where there's no ledges or grass beds or anything to be seen, and just taking that MR6 with the quad hook and just standing up and fan casting left, right, middle as I drift downstream. Real happy to catch one on the rod I just built on the Rain Shadow Revelation. Moderate action, medium heavy. I did lose a couple nice fish this year. Hey, there's another one. On the medium version. Yeah, you like jumping, don't you? You're a twin to the one I just caught. Maybe a little bigger. But yeah, the moderate action for sure helps it. Helps them stay hooked. As he got up in the net, I said that. The quad hook just helps with, it just spins and they don't get off. They're just layers of reducing the anxiety of catching crankbait fish. The anxiety of, are they gonna get off? It's, this is working. Right. Rod, bait, everything is working, keeping crankbait fish hooked.
Get it on.
Crank! Felt like the first few in that 14 and a half, 15-inch range. there are going to be some better class of fish in here. I was at the end of an island, and a lot of wood in that probably 3 to 5 foot range, and just taking that crank and digging around. All right, Kristine has already gone way downstream. We'll catch up with her in a minute, but Russ just caught up after doing a bunch of rigging. Russ, you said you had kind of an interesting way of organizing your leader material, your line?
Yeah, so my spare spools, and at one point I got a bunch of these, you know, smaller size spools here, sample spools. So a good thing to do is when you do buy the smaller spools, keep them, save them, and then when I buy line, I buy it in bulk. And what I'll do,
how much, like how many yards is the
like
the
over 1,000, 2,000 yards. Well, whatever I can buy. I use Seagar, the InvizX.
Yeah.
I'll buy it in bulk spools, and what I'll do to fill up these little filler spools here is I'll get a screwdriver, a small screwdriver, where the head of the screwdriver fits inside the hole here.
Yeah.
And then the metal part of the screwdriver, I'll put that in a drill, like an electric drill.
Oh, in the drill bit. And that winds it up.
And then just press the button and you can just spin, a bunch of line onto this spool. And it's just a good way, when you buy in bulk like that, you're not wasting material as opposed to when you keep buying it in the smaller sizes.
Yeah, you get part of a spool full.
Exactly.
No, I get that. I buy the big spools of the braid. I use a lot of braid.
I buy big spools of everything, then I keep the smaller ones when I need leader material. This is what I use to fill them up, and then I use one of these little rubber coated twisty.
Yeah, the Night Eyes.
Yep. That's what they're called.
Yeah, Night Eyes makes them. Very cool.
Just like that.
Cool tip. All right, let's zoom down here, get in these islands, see what we can catch.
All right, let's hit.
That was on the crankbait?
Yep, everything that was caught has been on the crank. I did throw the scented jerk shad there for a little bit. I didn't get any follows.
Should be a good area for that. This is almost perfect for a swing head, it feels like. Which
Yeah.
I use like in the same, like in areas where I'll use a crankbait.
Yeah, I want to see the swing head work.
Okay.
Like if that,
There's times where like on the harpeth and stuff where like that's the deal.
that's it.
Yeah.
Well, it's a similar presentation. It's banging and grinding in the bottom. Looks like a crayfish. Kristine, that is not your boat.
No, it's not.
No. Who was kind enough to lend you a boat?
Eric out of Pennsylvania.
Okay.
Very kind. And the good thing was, lucky for me, it's set up just how I have mine set up. I've got my torpedo mount back there. I've got foot control steering, which is huge in moving water. I love using that. So I feel pretty dang gracious that I have a setup that's identical to what I'm used to. So I feel like it's not even throwing me off. And if anything, this boat's a lot cleaner and we're in way better condition. So I feel good.
Yours is used up.
Yeah.
So give me an update. What have you caught?
So I've caught 5 so far. Most of them have been between probably, I caught one that might have been 13 and a half at 14, 15 inches, but I did catch one pretty decent one on the backside of an island. That was probably about 17 inches, super fat, real healthy. You could tell it's been eaten well.
Nice.
Unfortunately, I haven't been able to catch them how I like to catch them here yet on the big swim bait or a wake bait. I've basically caught everything. The first 4 I caught showed themselves to me, and by that I mean not physically, but I mean
awake.
Just a subtle, like if they were feeding on an emergent bugs or insects.
Yeah.
And it just left a little tiny boil.
Nice.
So that's what I got so far, but we're going to find some bigger fish. I just know it.
Cool. Let's keep moving upstream.
Okay.
You got one?
Huh?
You got one?
On the rat. On the rat.
Yeah, she caught a fish on a rat.
That's a big one.
Nice.
At least 18. So let the current kind of take me down so I can get way on this fish. I don't have a net.
Nice.
Woo!
I don't have my net with me.
Let's see it. Ooh,
Nice, solid, super healthy.
chunky. All right, let's see it. Beautiful. Very cool. Let's see it. Beautiful. Very cool.
That's what we come here for.
On a rat.
On the rat.
I've never caught one on a rat.
I haven't either, and that's why I wanted to throw it.
Yeah.
Gorgeous
cool.
fish.
That's cool. Oh, it's got
That's
like
a
two
big-
little legs instead of like a tail. Oh no, it does have a tail too.
It looks good.
All right, you can see the ledge that she caught that on. Right on the upstream side, you know, the push water right before it speeds up and goes into the next pool. This is the end of a fairly long pool. When you're with buddies, it always makes sense to, if you can, have somebody, you know, fish on the downstream side of a ledge, on the upstream side, and then in the trench above it. And that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna throw the crank along in here, because that's really how I've been catching the ones I have. For sure, the A+ spot that Kristine connected with was that push water just immediately above that ledge at the end of a long pool. So I'm experimenting a little bit. If Kristine can catch them on a rat, I'm gonna try the what's the billy goat? You know, similar. I don't think it's similar in profile or color or anything, but it's something that sits on the, you know, moves along the surface and gurgles and just looks, I'll just say, terrestrial. Not a big one, but got something to eat. The goat toad or billy goat. Go ahead and tell me what it is when you bring it up.
Let me run it by you so you can see the action. I put my rod tip down. Look at that.
Yep. Looks good.
It does. It's a little soft-bodied glide bait. The Berkeley Nessie. The thing I like
Can you flop
about
it in my hand?
Huh?
Can you flop it in my hand?
Yep.
So jointed and has that little bottom.
Yeah. It's got a really.
Bottom kind of.
It's nice because
thin.
most glides, you know, you can't skip them and land them real soft. This one you can. So
You think that matters?
Absolutely. Should have got bit right there. But I bet there's one on the front of this too. Yep. Oh, it's a big one. It's a big one. Oh, gosh. Eat it. Oh, it's probably only like a 16. Never mind. Wasn't that big. But still, that was cool. He had two little tiny ones with it.
Yeah.
Two little
Did he open his mouth?
Yep. He opened his mouth.
He opened his mouth, but it didn't.
Did you see it?
Yeah.
Yeah, he opened his mouth, but he didn't get the bait. And I think I ran out of real estate. I got too close to the kayak and it got kind of weird. My mother's coming out of the water.
Grind it.
Got him! Yes! Oh, it's not as big. Dang it. That's okay. It's still a nice one. It's not near as big as that first one that chased it, though. Did you see it waking
I
after
did.
it?
No, I saw the other one.
Huh?
I saw the one that
This one
you
is not
missed.
near as big as that other one, but it's still a nice fish. Probably 17. Oh gosh! Get out of the torpedo! Get out of the torpedo!
You know, you can press on your foot pedals to lift the motor completely out of the water.
Really?
Yep. If you think he's going for it, for your pedals.
Come here. This is a pretty one. Oh. Pretty fish.
So that is the same experience as the 7-inch Sense jerk shad.
Just ripping it, burning it as fast as you can.
Yep.
It's a nice one. Long and skinny. Yeah?
Yeah. fish on the crankbait. I got it just in his lip. It's loose. If it wasn't for that spinny hook, I would not have got him this far, I don't think. It's on the outside. Ah! He's also on the outside of my net. Alright. He's not real long, but another chunky 15-incher.
The only other person that I've heard talk about kind of what I figured out last year was Nolan Miner.
Yeah?
Yep. And to where like you're sight fishing them, but it's not. It's like what you're seeing is like. See that right there? That little kind of like tornado thing, just real about that big.
Yeah.
And it kind of just swirled, just real subtle, like the current does it. That's what it is.
Yep.
I'm sure you know that, but I've never heard another angler fish in this tournament. When I was fishing with G in practice, and G and somebody else, and I was like, "You guys see that?" And I bomb a wacky rig to it or a plopper,
Right.
catch that fish. Same thing I saw again. I was like, "You see him this?" And I cast at it like in the middle of nothing and catch an 18-19.
Right.
You see it over there? Like, there it is again. It's the smallmouth. I think. Tell me if I'm wrong, but I think it's when they're feeding on bugs that are just below the surface. So it creates just that tiny little like.
So the smallmouth that live in the Rappahannock in Shenandoah, maybe even new in the summertime, will look for that cicada to drop.
Is that what's creating that? Is that what they're doing? Or
Most of the summertime river smallmouth guides, that are, fly fishing guides, are throwing cicada patterns, even in years when it's not the 17-year or whatever.
Yeah. See, no one was throwing that bug, but I was just using a wacky rig
Right.
and doing the same thing. They eat it every time so that at the end of the tournament, I just sat in a pool and just waited. And when I saw it, I'd hustle over there, bomb a cast to it right where that little boil was and catch him.
So when they eat the cicadas, when the big ones eat the cicadas,
Yeah.
they come up underneath it with their nose up, and their
Like
lips
suck it
do
down?
not touch the surface. They suction it.
So that's why it
They
creates
don't.
that little
Their lips
tornado
don't
thing.
go above. They don't like jump or nose the surface.
Yeah, and that's why it doesn't
They just
look
suck
like
it
normal
down,
feeding.
and they face straight up and down like that when they do it.
That makes
It's a bizarre thing to watch, but as soon as you see
total sense.
a fish like that just position himself weirdly, he's gonna suction.
Oh, there's another little one that was chasing it. That makes total sense because it's not like what you'd see normal feeding disturbance. It wasn't like a
Right.
nothing or a wake or nothing like that.
It's a
Just
tiny little toilet flushing.
Yes, that's the best way to describe it. But tiny. If you didn't know how to look for it, you'd think it was just nothing.
Yep. Suction feeding.
Yes, and the only other person I've heard talk about that, we talked about it after awards, was Nolan.
That doesn't surprise me.
No.
Because what I just described in the Rappahannock and Shenandoah,
Yeah.
rivers in his state.
Yeah.
Like, he grew up fishing that, so.
Yeah. It was, that was pretty cool to see that somebody else kind of picked up on that. Somebody like Nolan, who's extremely he's fishy. He's very intuitive. So I
Yeah.
thought that was pretty cool.
Talk to me, Russ.
Catching fish. Trying to mix it up a bit. Just try some different things to try. I mean, the fish are eating. If you get it around them, it doesn't seem like they're too particular about what they want to feed on. So I'm trying to throw some bigger stuff. I'm mixing it up, but I put on a big square bill. It's a Lucky Craft BDS6. There's no rattles. It's got some gold in it. Got a couple little ones, but I'm trying to find something that'll catch some of the bigger fish, cover water.
That is a mouthful for sure.
Yeah, it is.
That is on the way to the corn harvest on that island. They've been coming back mounded up with beautiful golden corn grown on the islands of the Susquehanna. Pretty cool. Looks like Russ is fishing the corn truck pattern as well. You catch any in the mud from that truck going?
I got a couple of little ones. The first time following them up.
Nice.
But right when I pulled up there, right in the little inlet, right in the mouth of that inlet where it made, it's this open area, there was a school of like 4-pounders.
Nice.
19, 20 inches busting, and I threw that big crankbait right to them. They did not touch it. So,
Really?
yes, I can eliminate that.
Huh.
But yeah, I got a few on the swing head, so
Nice.
that's pretty good.
How fast are you moving it across the bottom? Show me.
Fast.
Actually, show me the bait first.
Just a,
I've seen it. I've just not shown it to the
just a
camera.
menace on a
So,
swing head.
swing head, what's that size? Half?
Half ounce, yeah.
And then what's the bait?
It's a striking menace.
Okay. And you're just treating it like
Put
a
leader,
crankbait.
Yeah, just like crankbait. You feel the bottom really good. I can make really long casts with it. I like using braid. Just, if you do make a long cast, you need to get a good hook set. And you do miss a few fish on this bait with that single hook, just because you're moving it so fast and it's only a single hook as opposed to a treble. So they really got to eat it good.
Yeah.
Those fish were coming up.
What's that?
Those fish were coming up on that.
Here, there's a school of giant ones right there in that mouth, like 4-pounders, all 4-pounders, like 5 or 6 of them, just all hitting the surface. I threw a big ass crankbait through them. I don't know where it is. Yeah, that one on the back, they didn't touch it.
The Lucky Craft one you showed?
Yeah, I figure I've been throwing. It looks good in theory. I just want to, try to eliminate stuff, I guess.
Throw
I figure if one did hit
a crankbait that is brown, green, black.
Yeah.
Straight black if you want.
I got this one here. I've caught some fish on this one.
Okay, you've
The
caught
Spro
some on
Little
the
John.
Spro Little
Yeah.
John that's
I'm
kind
just
of...
trying to
Okay.
eliminate stuff more than anything.
Well, don't
So,
eliminate that one. That's a good one. That one catches fish.
Yeah, no, I caught fish. But
I
they're
do
small.
worry
I didn't
about
get
the hook
anything big
size on it, though, that it doesn't always hold the biggest.
Yeah, I mean, I know fish, big fish can eat that, but if I can use a big bait, like a big swim bait, that's something I'm going to put a lot of effort in. I was throwing a glide bait, had a couple big ones fall in the glide bait.
Right.
So, yeah, just kind of want to match the size profile of that glide bait I was throwing, but just get something that could work a little faster and bump it into stuff and see if that was going to work. But
Well, she's been having good luck on that the Berkeley.
Got 2 over 19, 1 19 and a half.
did you?
Got a couple more 18s, and I've just watched. I went pretty close to the permits and watched so many big fish. Just having fun today.
There's some big ones right up there.
There's a big log here, and oh no, that's a truck body and a fence.
How big?
I don't know, he's 15, but look at that structure there. Oh, crankbait.
Is that what he came off of?
Yeah, the truck frame. Yep.
How's the boat?
They will have followed a long way, huh?
Yeah. Saw a little disturbance in the water. It's all pretty slick, and there's one little boil right here. Cast right at it. Got to get bigger than that. It's nice to be able to cover a lot of water with this thing, though, and just feel what's down there, and it doesn't get hung up much. And the hookup ratio isn't great, though. You do miss.
I have the Do It mold for that. I'm gonna have to hook them up to some of the grip pin hooks for the Z-Man stuff.
I went with that goat. I'd use it with that
Yeah.
Billy goat.
Yeah.
That's what I'd use it with.
All right. I will
That's
try it later this week. I'll have to pour some heads tomorrow. Right on that riffle?
It was right up on top. I casted it almost like on the rocks.
Yeah.
Right on the riffle. Inches of water.
Nice fish.
Not bad one. It's a 15 and a half or so.
Yep.
Maybe 16.
Good one. That's a big one. That's a big one. Come here, fish. Might be a 17. Be a little bigger. Come here, fish.
Tell me you got a net at least back at where you're staying. You gonna use a net in the tournament?
Yeah.
All right, good.
Woo!
Nice.
That's an 18.
Sweet. All right.
Another nice one.
Nice.
Nice one.
Oh, such a jerk shad. Big fish. Got him. That felt good. Chucking a crankbait and some white water. Ah, that's a good fish. Good fish. All right, finally getting some good ones. This one's just a hair over 18 inches. I heard Russ over there hooting and holler. There's a guy on the bank. I think just got a 20. So dusk bite is good. Let's get back in there. Say bye-bye. Bye-bye. Little fish. Wet water, crankbait, and dust. Hello. Oh, it's a healthy one. Oh my gosh. It's like you don't even know you're hooked, dude. Oh my gosh, that's a big fish. Oh, very heavy fish. Alright. This monster just, he didn't fight that hard. It's big though. Gotta wait. He is blind in one eye. I don't know whether that means that he just didn't see me on this side of the boat. He's over 4. Chill. He's 4 pounds 5 ounce and pretty good length, I can tell. Yeah. He is 20.5 inches. So, very nice. Chunky fish late in the day, 4 pound, 5 ounce, 20.5 inches. It's a little more than that, but you know. In a tournament, he would go 20.5, not 20.75. He's in between there. Very nice fish. All right, 20.5, 4 pound, 5 ounce. Let's let him back in. All right, long day.
It went way too fast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, we
What
got
are
four
the
more.
patterns that you guys think you like that we found?
You go first.
Well, I mean, the big fish are doing what the big fish seem to do here, even in July and August for me. It's super shallow, the push water, slack water, a lot of moving baits, and essentially it's a timing thing. Either these fish are pulled up in that spot or not, and I think, you know, just got to cover a lot of water, make a lot of casts, and fish the right water. So it was very, very cool.
That Berkeley bait, what's it called again?
That is the Nessie. That's the one they dropped at
That was fun
ICAST.
I had one nice fish, like, get it in his mouth, and I didn't poke him.
Yeah.
It's tricky, but you got some nice ones on it.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Russ, what'd you get your good ones on?
A little bit of everything. I can't say I had anything like really
You're very
dialed in,
diverse.
but I kind of yeah.
Nice.
Crankbait, a swing head, sort of Nico, a jig, a little bit on a wake bait. So
Nice.
a little bit of everything. But yeah, the key was at least having a little bit of depth nearby, and in most areas it's kind of more of like a medium pace current than the really fast current,
Right.
with a little bit of depth and anything that they can kind of tuck under, you know,
Cool.
and hide. So,
Well, I enjoyed it, guys. Good luck
Yeah,
in the
too,
tournament
Jess.
this coming weekend.
yeah,
We're
excited.
excited.
Yeah.